the regulation that guides the key players in the industry?
There is a regulation in the advertising industry and likewise in the beauty industry. And I might think that the code or the regulation is a good one. For instance, an extension of it is that minors are not expected to be given money to go and purchase alcohol. An extension of it is that minors cannot be accompanied to a venue where alcohol is being consumed. All these are being done to ensure that you get to an adult age to take a decision, and if the decision is against you, you can then know that you were of age before you take that decision. On this particular instance, in the Consumer Rights Protection Network, our worry, our concern is that some businessmen are trying to beat everyone to the game. And instead of advertising directly, what they do is to sponsor programs on the satellites where tournaments like football is taking place, and then they advertise their brands. So indirectly, they are getting to the consumers beyond the limits and agreed terms. Rather sad, our own investigation suggested that competitors doing this are more than one. But consistently, the advertising standard panel has been giving queries, warning, and sanction to only one of the brands. And we felt, no, justice is not one way. Justice is to the general public, which is the consumer, which is the king. You must ensure that the product and the marketing gets to the consumer at the right time without undue bias or undercutting.
Okay, I was wondering as we were talking that, okay, this has to do with two brands, I guess,
Yes.
and why should the Consumer Rights Advocacy Group be involved in all of this? Why don't you let that be sorted out?
We are concerned because at the end of the day, the consumer is likely to be the greatest loser if we all keep quiet. It's rather unfortunate that we are talking of alcohol. It goes for every other thing. You feel because you brought your car to a mechanic and he's abusing your rights as a consumer, we should not talk because we did not contribute money to buy that car for you. It's not fair. In the same way, we are saying that indirectly, what Nigeria is telling the whole world in this era of globalization is that if you have an industry as powerful as the advertising agency, double dealing, keeping quiet, closing one eye, opening the other whenever it suits them, neglecting, subverting the rules of the game, you are just telling foreigners not to come and invest in your country. You are telling them anything goes in your country. You are telling them that the rules of the game does not matter in your country. It can minimize foreign investments.
So which regulatory body is in charge of advertising of alcohol?
There is an advertising standard panel that monitors whatever goes on in the advertising industry, be it print or electronics media, regular television or satellites, and they keep records of each advertisers and then give you a mark or a comment. In this instance, the body has been very proactive, but unfortunately, it's like they do that whenever it suits them. And for these satellite television stations promoting footballs, they come ahead before the watershed time. That is our worry. So everybody likes football. I'm not a fan of football. I regret to say that. I don't consume.
Nothing to regret there.
I don't consume alcohol, but I have children. It may interest you that in the schools, some of the things we hear are strange to us. Students take what is supposed to be cough syrup take excesses of it to get intoxicated. So now we are now saying when everybody in the evening is watching the football tournament, you see them at the viewing center. People pay. They don't have the satellite cable at home. They don't have the broad television. They go to different centers. They pay to watch. And along the line, you slot in those adverts. It's an abuse. The earlier we all show concern, the better for our respective homes, the better for our respective streets, the better for our respective local governments, the better for our respective states. Otherwise, in the nearest future, we also have a big problem in our hand. People consume alcohol as if it's just mere beverage.
Okay, now let's look at this issue of slotting in adverts during football tournaments and games. Now, is it a case of the regulatory body not being aware or ignorant, or would you say it's just a case of they are
looking
away intentionally?
Unfortunately, it appears it's beyond one reason. The advertising standard panel is made up of intelligent, hard-working men. I don't want to mention name on the air. The chairman is a very responsible person, but unfortunately, the end result has nothing to do with his integrity. Consistently, a particular brand has been warned, has been cautioned, they sanction that brand. And the other brand is having a free day.
So the brand that has been cautioned has now stopped advertising. It used to advertise.
Yes.
So it stopped advertising footballs and things like that.
And the other